The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Today we remember those who gave everything. And memory is never still.
This Memorial Day! One hero, one mission to deliver softness to America!
No, Chi-Chi, we can't stop for snacks, dude. We have to deliver all of these soft disclosure gift cards.
He goes by Zach Payne.
The motion detector!
Hey, stop fighting over the beer brush.
Life finds a way.
Hydrate your elbows! Moisturize your soul! Feel the rhythm together! Makes you feel alive and let the lotion roll! Soft disclosure, hear the cry! Maximum softness! Do or die!
Muffin, hit it.
Awesome.
Legendary.
Awesome stuff. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Apologize our tardiness. We were recording a MAHA Living episode right before this that will air next Wednesday. So getting the workflow down here. What's up, Nate?
Hey, man, just glad to be here. Another Friday, another day of MAHA Living. Get to see all the happenings in the health world. How about you, man? What's good?
Don't worry, Spets. MAHA Living next week. Don't worry. That's why it's 4 p.m.-ish on Fridays.
Yeah.
4 p.m. Eastern-ish. 4 p.m. more or less, right? Cool. So in today's show, we shall be discussing quite a bit of those diseases that the media is thrusting upon us. I guess Ebola back in the news, hantavirus, whatever's going on with that, and the whole tick thing. What do you think of that, Nate?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad that I don't live in a state where they're prevalent, because I would have some serious concerns if I did. So,
yeah, I've never lived anywhere with ticks, nor had one on my body, nor really dealt with them, which is great, which I'm thankful for. When it comes to all of the theories and claims and whatnot strewn across social media at the moment, and looking into the whole bioengineered ticks, alpha-gal syndrome, I think there might be some signal there, but there's a lot of noise. Especially on social media, as per usual with social media and the influencer hype and all that. But I think there's clickbait around it, although maybe there could be something there. It's curious. It's definitely curious. So,
yeah, actually, chat. I would love it if you guys have noticed an uptick or seen anything weird in regards to uptick of ticks.
Shut up, Nate.
Drop it in chat, please.
Yeah, if you guys live in any tick-prone areas, let us know what you're seeing in your neck of the woods. If it's worse than other years, if there's some claims out there that they're bioengineered to be more aggressive or something like that. I don't know. If you're noticing things, give us some anecdotal reports. But we'll take a look at some of that.
We do know, and we've covered this in previous episodes, and I'm sure that you guys are aware. Like we do know that tick issues have been around for quite a while. Relating to Lyme disease and all the stuff about the CIA. Or is it the CIA being responsible for that in the past? Yeah. So I mean, there's definitely some weirdness, some high strangeness going on there.
Florida says never saw a tick. I don't know if Florida tends to be prone to them or not. Got a lot in New Jersey. Pretty bad in North Idaho. What's up, Michelle? Is that Michelle or Rick? What's up, Tamarack? Pretty bad in North Idaho. A friend has a son with Rocky Mountain fever from a tick bite. Southwest Iowa, definitely worse. And our boy Spets hasn't seen any ticks yet this year. Not common, but chiggers are very common. Haven't had any yet this year. There are more this year and started finding them in February in Tennessee. So looks like Appalachia and the Northeast getting hit with it mainly.
I have a friend who lives in Illinois now, used to live here in Montana, and moved back home to Illinois. And he posted a video the other day. Like, he doesn't even like taking his dog outside on walks anymore because the ticks are so severe. He's just wondering. He's like, what the heck's going on here? This is weird. So,
hey, Tamarack, do you guys don't you guys have a bug repellent spray, like mosquito repellent herbal spray? You think that would work with ticks? Spray it all over your lower legs and whatnot? Let me know in the chat. But before we get to that, let us start with the Ebola. And some people are blaming it on the government, which on one hand, it's good that people are waking up and starting to realize the government does some nasty shit, but it's oversimplified to just blame everything on the government. A lot of this hantavirus and Ebola fear porn is not necessarily coming from the government. Well, they're coming from foreign governments and globalist organizations. Really, a lot of the hantavirus fear porn I'm noticing is coming from the World Health Organization and the media. It's not really coming from the government. The Trump administration, they ain't doing shit about hantavirus or Ebola. They're just not even worrying with it.
I mean, I think they're responding to the hype, but it seems to me like that's the extent of it. They're not projecting anything.
Exactly. They're like, oh yeah, we've seen the reports and stuff and we're tracking it, but like the Trump admin confirmed an American has tested positive for Ebola, but that American's not going to be brought to the U.S. They're going to be treated in Germany. And the CDC confirmed they already implemented travel bans on foreigners from African countries. So Rubio out here going hard against the World Health Organization, saying they failed miserably during COVID, covered for China. So Trump admin's like, not a big deal. We're not even going to worry about hantavirus or Ebola.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's, as an American, I can say that's nice to see. Like, they're not making this a big deal. They're not blowing it out of proportion. And because of that, I don't have any fears that, we're going to see a future lockdown or anything like 2020 all over again. But there's also another side of me that is concerned. I mean, when we look at the past and actions of Bill Gates and the WEF and the sick, I guess the noise that we've seen from those directions, it freaks me out a little bit that they are going to actually do something or release something such as the ticks, the alpha-gal syndrome. I'm concerned about that stuff. It's legitimate.
Yeah. You just wonder how much of it is. I mean, just like COVID was effectively fake. I mean, sure, there might have been a disease that circulated around, but it was probably no worse than the common cold or flu. And a lot of what people thought was COVID was just in their minds, propagated by the media. Could be the same thing with the ticks, or at least alpha-gal syndrome, or how bad they are. Like, sure, it appears ticks are worse this year in Massachusetts and other places. I don't doubt that by any means. It was a very odd year for the climate. Very cold out east and very warm out west. So maybe the El Nino or El Nino had something to do with why ticks are so bad. But are they releasing them on purpose? Yeah, maybe. I'm not bought on the information I've been seeing on social media.
Yeah.
Like, this video is going viral of somebody claiming that they're dropping boxes of ticks.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, I don't know what this is, but that really doesn't seem like boxes of ticks being dropped from the sky to me.
I don't even know how to take any video like this seriously anymore after what AI has become. Like, any video I see now, I basically cast it out as probably fake.
Yeah. Plus, if any kind of globalist or deep state group really wanted to put boxes of ticks on properties, like, they wouldn't drop it from the sky, because you would see the plane or the helicopter and it could be tracked and it's obvious. I mean, you could just hire a dude to drive around and
throw them out,
dump them on the side of the road or something.
That's a good point.
Like, logistically, it makes no sense to drop shit from the sky.
And why would they put them in boxes before they dropped them? Like, you think you just like open a bag and just let them all skydive?
And then you have this video, claims to be a farmer that found a box of ticks on his property, but frankly, when you zoom in, it looks more like ants. This is not. I've seen a clearer video of this, but I don't know. I'm not sold on this being some box that dropped from the sky with ticks.
Right.
But this is on TikTok, eh?
Oh, dude, there's dad jokes for years with the tick thing.
Dad jokes for years. So somebody in the chat said, where we at? I was just looking up anti-tick essential oils. So here's a video going around of somebody who tested oils that ticks hate. Tea tree, neem, black seed oil, and then there's oregano oil on there. So does this hurt the tick though, Nate? Does it hurt the tick?
I don't know.
Hope it does.
Probably not. Little bastards.
Oh no, look at that little guy run away.
Ah!
So our friends over at Tamarack, they make where's their repellent spray? Somewhere on here. Look at all their products. But they've got a repellent spray on here somewhere. So you can go check out Tamarack. And then I've got a oil of oregano as well. So you could just rub that like on your lower leg if you're going out hiking. Just rub it on your lower leg and that'll help prevent the ticks, help repel the ticks from latching onto you. But ways to prevent it.
Noise.
Regardless, though, this tick season is really bad. Let me close the window.
Okay.
Tick season real bad. Could be the worst in a decade. For sure. Tick season terrible. And then the alpha-gal syndrome, you know, the red meat allergy that comes from ticks, definitely on the rise. If you just Google the news, all kinds of media reports on just the red meat allergy and how it's increasing in places like Arkansas and Pennsylvania and all kinds of other places. So it is on the rise for sure.
I would love to learn more about that. It just seems really wild that a tick bite can make it so you can't process animal byproducts. Like, so it's like a massive histamine response to anything meat-ish.
Yeah. A lot of people are blaming Bill Gates.
It's really crazy.
And, and ticks. Watch that thing.
The tick thing is nuts.
Yeah,
especially
because of meat, because of Gates.
Well, there's
Bill
boxes
Gates,
people
Matt.
are finding. I don't know if this is true because I've seen many reports on it, but I'm just going to say what I saw. That farmers and ranchers are finding boxes of ticks on their property. Now, I don't know if that's fake. I don't know if someone's setting that up to pretend they found these boxes of ticks, but there's videos of these people finding boxes of ticks.
Now, what they'll say is they'll probably say they're sterile ticks and that we're planting them out there so we can diminish the population is what they'll say. But anytime they try to mess with the balance of nature, it never goes right.
Is that what they're saying? This is
No,
where
but
you
just get
hearing
ready.
that from?
That's
what you
you're
think?
getting it right here.
I don't believe you have a right to go to someone's property and drop off sterile ticks.
No way in hell.
That's crazy either way. But I have a good friend of mine who got bit by the Lone Star tick and has that alpha gal problem.
Yeah, a guy came out of my house yesterday looking at putting gutters up at our house. And that guy, he said, and I said, you did what? He goes, yeah, I can't eat anything, any meat produced by a mammal.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah. So my buddy, he had it, and my friend Evan, so he had it for a little while, and then he did a bunch of treatments and got off of it and then started eating steak again. And he was fine for about a year and a half, and then it came back stronger than ever. And he just can't shake it.
It's been around that long.
Oh, yeah. He can only eat eggs. I mean, he's basically eating eggs and vegetables. That's all he's eating. And every time he tries to deviate, he has a horrible reaction. It makes, for people that don't know, it makes your body allergic to red meat.
Right. And who has got genetically made meat now?
Yeah. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yeah. Well, they're
Bill Gates. Dead
guy. It is fishy.
Fishy. No.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. My visceral reaction to the idea of getting alpha gal, I'm scared shitless of that. I don't want, dude. I love steak and burger. Like, if I couldn't eat meat, that makes up at least 50% of my diet.
Yeah, you could eat the crickets though, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you technically could. I don't want to eat crickets. No, man, I don't want crickets. I like that red meat.
Now, the Gates Foundation has funded research into genetically engineering ticks before, but the thing is, this was for the cattle tick through a company called Oxitec. Oxitec is now called Flitter. But they were doing research on the cattle tick. We don't have any direct evidence that the Gates Foundation was funding research to the Lone Star tick that causes the alpha gal. So that's something to be aware of. So far, the Bill Gates blaming is purely theoretical and conjecture.
Okay.
But we do have some creepers out there that wrote for bioethics journals that were arguing that it was morally obligatory to genetically engineer the Lone Star tick to enhance alpha-gal transmission to get people to eat less red meat.
Wow.
A peer-reviewed paper published last year in the Journal of Bioethics by two professors at Western Michigan University School of Medicine argues that it is morally obligatory to genetically engineer ticks to spread alpha-gal syndrome. The paper is called Beneficial Blood Sucking. Their argument if eating meat is morally wrong, then preventing the spread of a disease that forces people to stop eating meat is also morally wrong. Scientists should gene edit Lone Star ticks to enhance their ability to carry alpha-gal syndrome and expand their range into urban environments to infect more people. They call this a moral bioenhancer. They frame releasing genetically modified disease-carrying ticks as a vaccination that only infringes on your bodily autonomy rather than violating it. Yo.
I kind of want to punch them repeatedly in the nose.
Yeah, I want to kick them in the dick. But they probably, I don't know. They're probably blue-haired, gender-confused people. So who knows? Who knows if that'd work? But
people like that with the power to.
As long as I don't become allergic to sardines, I can live.
There you go. I mean, they said it's mammals, so sardines, you're set. You're set. There's always sardines. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll sleep a little bit better tonight.
Now, I wonder, I was kind of thinking about this yesterday because RFK 6 months ago came out with his, they did their roundtable on Lyme disease. They said they're going to be spearheading treatments into it. Robert Malone was going public with the fact that the government dropped radioactive ticks on Americans as bioweapons. Declassified CIA docs prove infected ticks were deployed from low-flying C-130s over U.S. soil and sugarcane fields under JFK, Plum Island. I mean, all of this was coming out 6 months ago, right?
Right.
It was about December, and then RFK held his roundtable. I'm wondering if some kind of sleeper cell deep state group is doing some shady shit with ticks to undermine, I guess, RFK's efforts to disclose or combat Lyme disease. May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, said Kennedy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. The whole tick thing might seem like an attack against RFK and the MAHA agenda.
Well, yeah, and the American people.
If true.
I mean, I'll put it this way: there's some things that are a little suspect about this whole situation and the onset of this alpha-gal. I don't remember hearing anything about the alpha-gal syndrome short of like 2 years ago. It just kind of came out. I mean, was anybody talking about this 5 years ago where you could get bitten by a tick and not eat meat anymore? This just seemed it seems like a new thingy-maboober. Not digging it.
Yeah, I've never heard of alpha-gal syndrome, at least that I can remember until recently. Yeah. I've been privy to the idea that the government created Lyme disease and was dropping ticks. And I came across that in some hardcore conspiracy research many years ago. But in terms of alpha-gal, I don't know. New thing to me.
Yep. Samesies.
And Pfizer does want to come out with a Lyme disease vaccine.
Of course they do.
It is now in phase 3 clinical trials as of a couple months ago.
I just gotta say, anybody who's struggled with Lyme disease for more than like 2 years, they're going to be like Pfizer. You are not making a vaccine for your target audience. Like anyone who's had it for more than 2 years and went through the denial by doctors and it almost always leads to like going down the rabbit hole. I just don't think.
Yeah, and then they totally reject medicine.
Yes.
Standard medicine.
Good luck, Pfizer.
I don't think this is not an mRNA shot, but regardless, Pfizer vaccine. So I haven't seen anything about an alpha gal vaccine though.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, that would
well,
be
maybe not.
that would be a big red flag. Yeah, they don't want to. They want people to get alpha gal, right?
Yeah,
we'd rather not sell red meat than sell vaccines.
Reduce the cow farts. People aren't eating them, and we're not raising them.
The only grid defector says the only video I've seen of the so-called tick box is 100% not ticks. Yeah, they look like ants on that one video that we played earlier. So that's why I'm saying there's a lot of clickbait and sensationalism around this whole engineered tick thing online.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, but I'm not discounting the whole thing. The whole thing. Frankly, I don't see anything that leads me to believe they're dropping boxes of ticks from the sky, but maybe they're releasing some or doing something to increase the population.
Sounds like something like Pinky and the Brain would come up with.
Yeah.
For taking over the world.
Ticking over the world?
It's a ticking time bomb, this one.
On that note, we've got a couple of advertisers to get to. If you give me a brief moment to... Sorry, unprepared.
Yep, it's all right. All good.
Let's shout out our friend Jessica here from All Good. All Good's lineup just keeps getting bigger and better. And with the tick news getting weirder by the day, it seems like the perfect time to talk about Bug Out Balm, because nobody wants to feel like they need a full hazmat suit just to go outside in the summer. Bug Out Balm helps keep the ticks and mosquitoes away without covering yourself in harsh chemicals. It's natural, nourishing, and doesn't leave your skin feeling sticky. That's the vibe at All Good. Everything is made with clean organic ingredients that actually feel good on your skin and hair. No weird stuff, no fillers, no overcomplicated routines. Whipped tallow, balms, serums, sunscreens, hair treatments. Your skin and hair will feel softer and healthier without needing 14 different chemical-laden products cluttering your counter. Clean, simple, organic ingredients with a purpose, just All Good. Make self-care great again and support Badlands Media with your purchase. Visit badlandsmedia.tv/allgood. Code Badlands. And then go check out the Badlands shop. You might be surprised by what you've been missing, from thoughtful gifts and unique finds to everyday household essentials and personal care must-haves. There's truly something for everyone at the Badlands shop. But here's what makes it different. Every single purchase you make is so much more than just buying stuff. You're investing directly in the movement. You're empowering America First businesses, lifting up fellow Badlanders, and supporting the creators who are building this community with us. Thank you for being a part of this. Your support means everything. Head over now to badlandsmedia.tv/shop or click shop on the main menu at badlandsmedia.tv and discover your new favorite brands. That's badlandsmedia.tv/shop. In fact, that Bug Out Balm actually looks pretty great because it's in a base of... Is it in a base of tallow? Jessica in the chat, what's your Bug Out Balm in a base of? That looks better than just rubbing essential oil on yourself, because the essential oil might wash off with sweat.
Good point.
So if it was like something that stuck better. Anyway. I love her tallow. All Good makes great tallow. Use it every day on my face.
I just got my wife some of her hair treatment for Mother's Day, and she was stoked to get it because she's been looking for something like that so she can get away from the store-bought stuff.
Need a carrier. Yeah, my oregano oil isn't a carrier of MCT, fractionated MCT, but it's kind of it's not very viscous.
Yeah, almond oil. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one would be a bit thicker.
Isn't almond oil the thinner one? Vitamin like E oil, that's super thick.
Pretty thick.
MCT oil, yeah, that's pretty thin. You can't get much thinner than MCT oil.
Yeah. Yeah, but I made it so you can take it internally as well as rub it on the skin, so that's why I use MCT. Almond oil might not. Yeah, I don't know about using that internally. Anyway, let's get to the forever chemicals. Shocking statistics on PFAS contamination. More than 95% of Americans have. What does PFAS stand for?
I was hoping you knew.
I think it's polyfluoro. The F is a fluoride.
Hang on.
Polyfluoroalkyl substances.
Oh.
Polyfluoroalkyl substances in their blood. Drinking water remains one of the primary sources of polyfluoroalkyl substances exposure. PFAS can damage pretty much everything in your body. Liver, kidneys, immune function, etc., etc. Where does PFAS come from? Industry. Yeah, what's the main source? They're used in aerospace, automotive, construction, and electronics industries. Over time, PFAS may leak into the soil, water, and air. It's a bunch of heavy industry.
So basically what you're saying is we're not going to be getting rid of it anytime soon.
Unless these giant corporations start caring.
Non-stick cookware.
Teflon.
We have water repellents, cosmetics, carpets.
Cosmetics.
Yeah.
Get your all good cosmetics. I am huge on making sure you get natural personal care products in your home, as well as, do your best to get clean textiles, carpets, couches, clothes. Obviously, you can't always choose like fancy carpet or couches or anything. So sometimes you got to deal with your, thrift store or IKEA finds, but clothing at least, try to get your bamboo, try to get your hemp or organic cotton clothing. Not much I can do about the rockets shooting up into the sky, but yeah, detox your body.
Yeah, and water. Yeah, any water source in your house. It's going to be a big one as well. Filtration, if you can.
There's been an explosion in technology for removing polyfluoroalkyl substances and destroying it that will make it much more affordable. I bet zeolite.
Yeah.
Zeolite does wonders at helping remove.
From your body, you mean?
Yeah, from your body. It looks like, I just searched it real quick. It looks like they already do use zeolite to remove PFAS from water.
Huh. Interesting. Like a filter packed with zeolite and charcoal.
Yeah. So I bet zeolite will remove it from our bodies. So there is that. Now let's get into the fraud busts. RFK Jr. just announced the largest autism fraud bust in U.S. history in Minnesota, with 2 arrested. What? Sorry. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a mineral. It's a family of minerals. It's not just one, but it's a family of minerals that has a specific magnetic charge that will attract heavy metals, pesticides, and chemicals in the body that have the opposing magnetic charge. So you can take zeolite as a spray or a powder, or find it as a capsule, and it'll help remove lead and cadmium and fluoride chemicals from the body. So that's why I was wondering if zeolites could remove PFAS, and it looks like they can. I'm sure a lot of other ways too. But back to the fraud with giant bust with 2 people arrested.
It's kind of funny the way they put that too. The largest autism fraud. Like, so did they arrest autists, or was it autists that arrested the fraud?
They arrested autistic people. Dang it. I better run.
Today's arrests represent the largest autism fraud bust in American history. This was not a paperwork error. It was not a technical violation. This was organized threat, organized theft that exploited the most vulnerable children in America, deceived families, stole taxpayer dollars meant to help children with autism access legitimate care and support.
So they're going after the fraud. More people were arrested there in Minnesota. Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald announces criminal charges against 15 defendants in Minnesota for fraud schemes that targeted over $90 million in taxpayer dollars. And Dr. Oz on Medicare and other programs.
Jake, I took this job. President offered it to me because he knows I love Medicaid. It is the ultimate payer of last resort. It helps people with nothing else that can help them. Medicare takes care of our senior citizens in an elegant, beautiful way. It's a crown jewel of our system. We can save these programs. There's about $100 billion of money stolen from them. A lot of this by foreign governments, potentially, definitely foreign, international crime syndicates. So we can get our arms around this. We took our eye off the ball. COVID convinced a lot of people they could defraud the federal government, especially in healthcare, which is probably 50% of the fraud, and get away with it. If we send a clear message, we're not tolerating it anymore, they go away. Look what happened to hospice care in California. And, this is a program where 1/3 of all of the hospice in the country is in LA. 1/3. So we have already gone after 850 of these hospices, stopped paying them. Some have come back, a few, to say we were wrong. The vast majority just ran away.
1/3 of all hospices in LA. In the country, in LA.
Yeah, that's wild.
How many people live in LA? How many people LA Metro? LA Metro. What, like 20 mil? Yeah, about 20. So that's what, like 7% of the country lives in LA, greater LA area. Yet 33% of all hospices are in LA. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we shall finish up with some news on TrumpRx. Other than all the disease hoopla, it's been somewhat of a slow MAHA week, but Trump announces that TrumpRx.gov is expanding, adding over 600 generic drugs to the website, making even more medications affordable for the American people. And Dr. Oz says, we don't make any money on TrumpRx. All we ask is you check the prices before you fill a prescription anywhere in the country. I will say, I have a couple friends that work in like standard medicine industry. And what it looks like is happening is that some of these big pharmaceutical companies, I think I think they're starting to stress out over money because internally in these companies, they're like doing a shitload of audits on their employees, and they're like nickel and diming them for all kinds of little, basically trying to like find any little mistake they can in their employees as if they want to use something as an excuse to fire them and thin their numbers, basically maximize revenue wherever they can. And if that's what they're trying to do, then I think it's because of the Trump administration just not handing out contracts and grants and money like they used to. They're clamping down on free government money.
Yeah, so these big pharmaceutical companies were used to handouts and being able to rip off American consumers.
Yeah.
Now actually have to run a profitable business, and they can't. They can't. Like I am surprised that we haven't seen layoffs. Maybe that's already happening. Layoffs like what we're seeing at the tech companies. Actually, I'm gonna look into that.
Someone said they have ivermectin on TrumpRx. Oh, they do. There you go. Generic for Stromicdol. Out-of-pocket price, 30 count for $37, 3 milligram. I don't really know anything about ivermectin, so it's not my thing. But there you go.
Okay, so Grok is saying that pharmaceutical companies are doing significant layoffs. Takeda, 4,500 jobs this year. Novo Nordisk, 9,000 jobs. Merck, 6,000 jobs. Pfizer, thousands and ongoing. Looks like all the big players have announced layoffs. So that kind of goes with what you were saying.
Cool. Good to know, man. And of course, with TrumpRx, you don't buy it from the website and they ship to you. They just show you where you can get delivered. Like if you want to buy it, Amazon Pharmacy, Cost Plus Drugs will ship ivermectin to you. Available for pickup. Compare prices near you. But there you go. 60 count, 90 count. Is that a good price for ivermectin, anybody? If you know the prices?
I think it is. I mean, assuming that's 3 milligram. I don't know what the normal milligram count is. I know I was looking at it a while ago.
Yeah.
I believe that that's pretty good.
I'm a bleach boy. I'm a chlorine dioxide guy, so I never got into the ivermectin craze. I let other people do that. It's good for them. But
and ivermectin pure blood.
Yeah. Ivermectin is a weird one because the horse versions are cheaper than the pill form. As per usual, similar to DMSO.
And they come in apple flavor. Who doesn't want apple flavor ivermectin?
Really? $1 a pill per 12 milligrams is fair. But those were not 12 milligrams.
Yeah,
those were $1 a pill.
Those were 3 milligram and it was $1 a pill, roughly.
Yeah. Yeah. So
just buy them from India. I mean, you're either getting ivermectin or cocaine. Who knows?
Hey, I mean, overseas stuff ain't bad as long as they have some kind of testing or certificate of analysis with it. I mean, I've bought stuff overseas, but you just got to make sure that they test it and it's good to go.
Yeah. Yep, indeed.
You take ivermectin based on body weight. An average adult needs 20 to 30 milligrams a day. That's an okay price. All right. Good to know. Well, I stick with what I know. I'm an old
Well,
guy.
I mean,
I'll be taught new tricks.
Yeah, I mean, the chlorine dioxide hits a lot of the same issues, and it is vastly cheaper.
Yeah,
like 100 times cheaper.
Yeah, and it's way easier to find.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just when there's a viral craze on social media, I usually just kind of shy away from it. I have nothing against ivermectin. I'm definitely pro ivermectin. I think it's a great tool, but everybody thinks it's a magic pill for everything, and I don't get caught up with the craze. Thoughts on diatomaceous earth? I like it. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was using back in the day. I was using diatomaceous earth on my carpets because it was a good way to help kill fleas in the home. But you can use diatomaceous earth internally as well, and it'll help cleanse just your digestive tract. It won't do much else, but it'll help cleanse your digestive tract out. A lot of water though.
But it's silica based, doesn't it? Doesn't your body absorb some of the silica for things like fingernails and hair and that sort of thing?
I suppose it could. I don't know I don't know if it's an organic, bioavailable form of silica though, but I'm not sure. So,
okay. Yeah, I know. I used to use diatomaceous earth when I had a large indoor garden to prevent bugs from climbing the plants.
Yeah, I would use it on my. I used it on my cat to kill fleas, like natural flea killing remedy.
It works.
Put a little bit on their food too. Do you straight up drink chlorine dioxide, or do you mix it with water then drink it? Mix it with water and drink it. Don't drink it straight.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you activate your part A, part B in the glass. Let it sit for 30 seconds or so to activate, and then add the water, then drink. So. Does diatomaceous earth work on plant mold? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's more for keeping bugs at bay, because if you zoom in on it, it's like a bunch of little microscopic razor blades, and so aphids or whatever the issue is that crawl over the top, they get sliced open and dry out, so they can't make it across there. Spiders, all that stuff.
A good point here too. DE needs to be food grade to consume it.
Yeah, 100%.
And as Beth says, DE great for parasites, microscopic glass shards, essentially cuts parasites and they die. Yeah, the DE I bought was definitely food grade. I was using it on the carpets in my cat's fur, but I put a little bit in their food, and definitely food grade. And yes, it is equal parts for chlorine dioxide. So 1 drop, 1 drop, or 3 drops, 3 drops. Let it activate in the glass, then add the water and drink it. So if you need help with chlorine dioxide, feel free to message me or email me. More than happy to assist you. If anybody wants to do a protocol with it or make sure they're mixing it right. All right, guys. Any final questions, comments? Let us know. Otherwise, we're going to go. And we've got MAHA Living next week, our mushroom show on Wednesday. And then we'll be back here on Friday for the live show. But other than that, one more thing. Gart Deadwood coming up in T-minus 4 weeks. End of June, Deadwood, South Dakota. Come join us. Should be a grand old time in Deadwood. This will be our 3rd stop in Deadwood, right? Yeah, 3rd stop in Deadwood. So we've always done August. We've always done the week after Sturgis, which was always kind of cool. Residual bikers come through Deadwood, but I'm stoked for June this year because it should be nicer weather, not as smoky and dry like late summer, August. So late June should be awesome in Deadwood. Come out. Virtual tickets available too. Badlandsmedia.tv/events. Deadwood in June, Vegas in September, and St. Petersburg, Florida in November. Now, how do I get rid of that? There we go. Sweet. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And a special thank you to all of our advertising partners. Please remember to shift your dollars to support those businesses that support Badlands Media.